Hi, I'm Joey Lott, creator of Peaceful Possibility, and today I want to talk about that subject that is on everyone's mind. How do you achieve your ideal weight? And what I'm going to give you is the secret that nobody else is talking about. This is the secret that when you see it and understand it, this is going to allow you to reach your ideal weight effortlessly, truly. I kid you not. So are you ready for this? Now, what I need to share with you is that the number one enemy of your ideal weight is stress. Yes, stress. Because it turns out that when you are stressed, your body makes physical changes that are not favorable to you being at your ideal weight. Let me explain how that works. When you are stressed, your autonomic nervous system switches into something called sympathetic dominance. Now that might sound nice, but in fact, it's anything but. And apart from the other undesirable effects such as suppressed immunity and suppressed cognitive function, when you are stressed, your body sets up the conditions so that you begin to store fat. Yes, because those stress hormones do exactly that. All those stress hormones cause your body to begin to store more fat. Now, if you think about this from an evolutionary standpoint, it makes a lot of sense. Under stress, particularly chronic stress, then the assumption in the body could be that there's famine happening or there's some sort of extreme event that necessitates storing more energy. But that's probably not what's happening in your life. So let's talk about how you can begin to change this. Now, you'll notice that I've been using very specific language. I've been talking about your ideal weight. Now, it turns out that oftentimes we have the cart before the horse when we're thinking about this whole thing. Oftentimes, people think that they need to be at their ideal weight, and they have a very specific idea of what that means, or more precisely, what that looks like, before they can be happy, before they can be peaceful. But you see, it turns out that that's reversed. When you get peace and happiness first, then it's effortless to reach your ideal weight. This is absolutely essential, as a matter of fact, because notice what happens. If you have a very specific idea about how you have to lose weight, or in very rare cases, gain weight, then you are setting yourself up to experience more stress. Think about that. How many people experience stress over the last few pounds? Getting off those last 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 pounds, and they think that when they can achieve that, then they'll have peace, then they'll be happy. But then they're setting themselves up to have to balance on that very small platform forever in order to maintain their peace and happiness. So that's not true peace and happiness. You can see how this sets up a vicious cycle of stress that makes it nearly impossible to maintain that ideal weight. Now, my belief is that we all actually have a set point. This is a predetermined ideal weight that we don't have to work so hard to achieve. We don't achieve this by restricting what we eat. In fact, restricting what you eat actually creates more stress in the body, which makes it more difficult to achieve your ideal weight. And we don't achieve this by over-exercising. While moderate exercise can be very healthy, over-exercising creates more stress in the body, which again is counterproductive to being at your ideal weight. So what can you do to be at your ideal weight? You have to choose peace and happiness first. When you choose peace and happiness first, and you have the tools and resources to be able to achieve that, then you create the conditions in your body whereby you naturally arrive at your set point without stress, without having to try really hard, without having to count calories or spend every day at the gym. Then you get to enjoy your life. And when you enjoy your life, your body is healthier. Truly, stress is a killer. But when you experience peace in your body, then your life is a life that's enjoyable. And this has a very direct impact on your quality of health. So, how do you go about achieving this? Well, I have other videos on YouTube that explain various points of this. So I'm not going to go into great detail, but I'm going to give you a few starting points that can be very, very profoundly helpful. And these are things that most people never know. The first thing to do is recognize when you're feeling stressed. This might seem obvious, but when you start to actually notice, then you begin to have a choice to do something differently. Now, most of the time, we imagine that stress is something that we don't get a choice over. But actually, what you'll notice is that stress is a habit. And when you begin to choose differently, you can put into place a new habit of peace instead of stress. Now, this can be a little bit different than what you're used to, and sometimes different seems scary. But the more you do it, the easier it gets. And my number one suggestion, just a very simple suggestion for how you can begin to do this, is that when you notice that you're feeling stressed, notice that it's a feeling in your body. So you don't need to argue with your thinking about any of it. You don't need to try to solve it through thinking or through ideas or analysis or what it means. Instead, simply keep your attention on your body. Now here, the temptation sometimes can be to keep attention on the body, but to also keep attention on the story of what the sensations in the body mean. But what I mean is just keep attention on the body. And the easiest way to do this is to just scan the body over and over and over and just notice what's happening without trying to change it. When you do this consistently, your life will change. You'll experience more peace. And when you experience more peace, it gets easier to live life at your set point, at your ideal weight, without trying. And the wonderful thing is that you'll soon discover that you were wrong anyway. You don't need to look a certain way. You need to look exactly how you do, truly. When you discover this peace in yourself, this frees up this joy and this power within you, this creativity and clarity within you, to start to live your life in a way that feels really good. Think about that for a moment. Would you rather be focusing day in and day out on losing that last 5 pounds, or would you rather be really, really loving your life? The choice is yours. And until next time, trust that peace is a possibility for you.